is the Bruce County Housing Corporation meeting. I'm going to call it to order now. If anybody has a declaration of pecuniary interest, you can declare it now or further down the agenda. So we have approval of minutes from October 22nd, 2015. I need a mover and a seconder for the minutes. Moved by Robert, second by Mitch, that we approve the minutes of October 22nd, 2015. Any further discussion or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? That carried. So our action items, 3A, is the 920 Old Durham Road, Walkerton mortgage renewal 2016. Christine.
Thank you. So you see the recommendation before you. Tanya Dixon has prepared the report and also indicated in the report what we expect to receive in terms of available interest rates by the ministry. And I'm happy to take any questions if there are any.
Any questions? Yes, Mitch?
Do we decide on the term, or is that up to whoever?
Through you, Chair. It depends on the circumstances of the pool at the time. So occasionally we will receive information back that we have options between 3, 5, and 7 years and what the rates are. Sometimes when the pool comes back, this is your option and this is what's available to you. But generally compared to the private market, we've been seeing much better returns.
So what's your typical, like 5 years, or you just go with whatever's best?
Generally, we look at what the availability is, and then also in terms of what the rate is, given the circumstances of the term, and also take into consideration how many years are left in the amortization of the property overall. But it really does depend on the pool that's available at that given month.
So, any other questions? You have the recommendation before you about renewing. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Janice, second by Dave. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That carried. And the 3B is the 26th market rent increase on the social housing units. That's the next action item. I'll turn it over to Christine.
Thank you. So the provincial guideline rent increase for 2016 is 2%. And generally staff are recommending that we increase all social housing units by that amount, with a few exceptions. And so you'll see that there are a list of units in which the exceptions are specified. The reason why we're looking at a few for exceptions is these were areas where traditionally the market rents have been quite low, particularly in the former Port Elgin Rotary nonprofit. And so what we've done is a survey to determine the impacts on potential tenants. And so where there are no impacts on tenants, we've suggested that we increase them to much closer to what a current private market rent would be, so that we have consistency there. What that does is upon move out of someone, if someone else is moving into the unit, we're not subsidizing the difference between what could be RGI and what would be market. And so we're looking at those one by one. We started that process a few years ago, and we're just continuing to manage them as that comes available. And then, of course, if there is an impact to any particular individual, that we immediately offer rent geared to income assistance for those people that are currently paying market rent but would be impacted by the change.
Any questions or comments? So I need a mover and seconder for the recommendation. Moved by Milt, second by Mitch, that we follow the recommendation on the increase, roughly the 2%. All in favor? Any opposed? And that carried. And next, lost it here, on the current tenant arrears. So the reports for information, Are there any questions for Christine? Mitch?
It is. I'm confident by the end of the year that our percentage will be similar to other years. But we are continuing to work on processes that capture the arrears back as we're able to. And the provincial arrears database is still in place. So if someone has left with arrears, they're not eligible for housing until they've paid those arrears down. So we still have that tool to use as a bit of leverage.
Robert?
I have a question here. These here, you've never done a study to find out there is some people in the houses that are geared to their income, pay the full amount, right? Is there any statistics to show the difference between the ones that are in arrears and the ones that aren't?
So that's a good question. We haven't done any thorough analysis of that recently in terms of, so this percentage of arrears are attributable to market renters versus, because generally our rates have been well within best practice standards, but that's certainly something that we would be able to look at. It would require staff seeing how they can pull information in a different way from the system that we have.
The reason why I bring that up is that if there is hardly nobody that is paying the full amount, okay, and that would be an indication that we are private rental places. True?
So yes, the majority of our renters are rent geared to income, which in that it tells us that because the rent's geared to their income, it should be affordable. But then there's other social factors that impact that. So not every month is the choice made to put the money forward for rent. The money instead might be spent on other items, right? So people aren't always making the best decisions around where they're putting their monies forward. And so we do have arrears, definitely, from people that are rent geared to income as well, too.
Okay, well, when someone wants to go in there and there's a vacancy in a home, the geared to income people have precedence over the ones that don't have geared to income?
Yes, that's correct. So first off, we would look at the wait list for people that require rent geared to income assistance. If a unit remains vacant for a 1 month period, then we're able to go to the market renters. We do have units within the Housing Corporation, though, that are specifically market rent units. So during different periods of build, under different programs of the province, there were times when they used to do like a mixed grouping. And so there are some apartment buildings where we have 2-bedroom units for seniors only that we only rent to market renters.
Any other comments? So that's for information. Our next meeting is December 3rd, 15, and I need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Milt, second by Janice, that we now adjourn and meet again December 3rd. All in favor? Any opposed? That carried. Thank you.